Hi everybody, I'm Bill. I am one happy diabetic. I've been a type 1 diabetic for over 19 years. I'm going to share some tips and tricks with you on, hopefully ways that you can better manage your diabetes. You guys can see my cat right here on the couch. Pretty cool. Today what I'm going to show you are different types of syringes. I have a half-gauge syringe here. I have a, not half-gauge, a 1/2 cc syringe and a 1 cc syringe here. I also have some caps or needle caps that go on insulin pens. And I'm going to show you guys a couple different insulin pens, and I'm also going to show you something called a BD Inject Ease, or a device that actually helps you automatically inject your syringes. So a little bit of background on these syringes. This is a 1/2 cc syringe, and the reason and how you know it's a 1/2 cc syringe is that you can see it only goes up to 50 units here. One of the nice advantages to these 1/2 cc syringes is usually they're meant for people that don't take a lot of insulin or don't take more than 50 units of insulin at any one given time. The reason why these are nice syringes, definitely at smaller doses, is that they're pretty accurate. If I want to do 1 unit of insulin, all I need to do is just go down one line and then deliver that amount of insulin. If I want to do 3 units, I just go down to where it's 3 and then deliver that amount of insulin. So they're pretty good. One of the drawbacks to syringes, however, is basically the length of the needle itself. They can tend to be pretty long. It's hard to see here exactly, to show you exactly how long it is. Geez, it looks like it's going to my nose. And also the gauge of the needle. This gauge needle right here is 29 gauges. The larger the number of gauge, the smaller the needle. So this is a 29 gauge needle. I'm going to show you some insulin pen caps, BD pen caps that are 31 gauges, a lot smaller, and they're actually a lot shorter. One of the drawbacks also to syringes, and now I'm going to pull up a 1 cc syringe here. It's really hard to see, I apologize, but this is a 1 cc syringe. This is really made for people that do a little bit more insulin, maybe more than 50 units. The nice thing is, though, on these 1 cc syringes is that the tips of them are the same as the half cc syringes. Some of the drawbacks with a 1 cc syringe, however, is the fact that if I want to do 1 unit of insulin, it's pretty much going to be a guess, because the lines here, when you draw back your insulin, only go back every 2 units. So you have to do an even amount of insulin in order to be pretty accurate. So if I wanted to do 1 unit of insulin, I would have to guesstimate and put this syringe halfway in between 2 lines. It's really hard to do, and it's really not that accurate, okay? And then we would inject it. One of the drawbacks that I found with syringes were probably the most obvious. What does this look like, everybody? This looks like a syringe, oh my gosh. And the stereotypes of people that have syringes, and it's happened to me on several occasions, whether maybe it was an authority figure that saw me with a syringe, or actually while I was in college, we actually had a fire safety check, and in my college dorm room I had my used syringes safely put away, but my college at the time, didn't know I was a diabetic or jumped to conclusions, and basically got in trouble a little bit for a brief second or two because they thought I was doing steroids. Steroids, oh boy, fun. So one of the drawbacks to these syringes is basically what it looks like, and I think it's important. And like I said, you try to live a normal life, and with syringes it's kind of tough to do. If they're laying around, they can, be seen. So one of the nice advancements to not having to do syringes was an insulin pen. Now this is a Humalog insulin pen. As you can see here, the insulin is stored in here and it can be used over and over again, but with a different syringe top, okay? And now I'm just going to show you a little bit of how, you put on a pen cap. So you just kind of screw it on, and as you can see here, I'm going to take off the top. The tip of this, though it's very hard to see, it's very short. This is only a 5 millimeter length syringe tip, and it's also a 31 gauge as well, so it's a lot smaller. So odds are, if it's smaller, the better, basically, and when you're going to be doing this injection, you might be feeling it a lot less. One of the nice things about the Humalog pen is that it's very accurate when it's dosing. as you can see here, I have it on 0. If I want to do 1 unit of insulin, I simply just click it one time. If I want to do 2, I click it again. If I want to do 10, I click it all the way till it has 10. And then I push this in, and it will deliver the insulin. See that there? Woohoo! Well, that's really good, because before we were manually doing it, drawing it back with the needle. I wasn't sure if I was at 1 or 2. So this really makes it a lot more accurate, and it's also very easy to carry around. When I used to be on these pens, I used to put them in my pocket, and they're very easy to carry around. So these are pretty convenient. They can be refrigerated, and you know, once you're done using this cap, you just take it off and put on another one. I wanted to show you guys also, that was a 5mm length syringe cap. I wanted to show you guys an 18mm. So, geez, okay, so I have them at the same height, and you can see how the one, at least to my right, which would be this one, is a little bit longer. It's the same gauge, 31 gauge, but it's a little bit longer. So why is it longer? And why do these syringes, as you can see here, why are they so much longer? Well, basically, I have this little diagram that I found. Oh, geez, I don't have it anymore. Where'd it go? Well, it's gone. But I did have a diagram to show you guys that basically shows that the length of the syringe really is important for people that might be a little bit on the lean side or skinny side, or a little bit more on the, you know, kind of got the double chin thing going side as well. And the length of the needle is important because we want to get it into the sub-Q tissue. We don't want to deliver this syringe all the way to our muscle. We want to get it in between the layer of skin that is, like if our muscle is down here and we're injecting here, we want this syringe to hang out in the middle here, okay? And if you have a little bit more fat, you need a little bit longer syringe. And if you're a little bit skinny, then you need a little bit shorter syringe, okay? So that's kind of the reasons behind that. So I wanted to talk to you also about something that when I was on syringes that made my life a whole lot easier. And this is it, baby, right here. This is a BD Inject Ease, and what this is an automatic injector for your syringes. So if you're someone who has a lot of pain when you're doing your syringes, or maybe you're even scared of needles in general, this is a nice thing. And what you do here is you load the syringe in it, you hit the button down and you click it, and it injects it. And I'll show you how it works. So it's as easy as this. Basically, putting in this syringe here, this is a 1 cc syringe, and the length of this is for a 1 cc syringe. On the top here, we're just putting it in and we're clicking it down, and it secures it nicely. And you can see here that the syringe doesn't come out on the bottom just yet, but it does come out on the bottom when you click it. So I clicked it, and you guys can see, it's hard to see, geez. But you can see basically that it came out. I'll just show it again for the sake of time. 1, 2, 3. All right, it came out. So the reason why I like this a lot was basically because it would inject it fast and quick for me. And anyone who's a diabetic out there knows to do syringes, you want to be quick and fast because it hurts the least. So that was that. Also, I just wanted to show you, too, the OptiClick, which is from Aventis, and it's for Lantus. This is an OptiClick insulin pen, and how this works, as you can see here, it has a digital display, so that you can be a little bit more accurate when you're dosing your insulin. And basically, it's as simple as this. Clicking it one time goes up 1 unit, 2 times, 3. If I want to go all the way up to 10, and it's nice because if you go too high, you can always click back and get to where you need it to be, and then you just simply push it in and deliver this insulin. So that makes it really convenient, and it's also easy to carry around as well. And Lantus usually is a once a day, maybe twice a day for some people, but usually once a day. It's a 24-hour acting insulin. But anyways, guys, I just wanted to show you just a little bit of some of the differences between shots and insulin pens. Insulin pens are very convenient. The tips of these pens are very small, and they don't hurt as much. So if you guys are on insulin pen or on syringes, don't be scared to try this, okay? You might think this is convenient and all, but you saw here just how long this needle is, okay? and how short this one is. I mean, just look at the difference between these. And the gauge of these are also different too. This is a smaller gauge. This hurts a lot less for most people. So I'm not a clinician. My advice here is just completely my opinion of what I've kind of gone through over these last 19 years. And though there wasn't a lot of tips and tricks in this video, I just wanted to give everybody just a brief overview of what syringes look like, what the length of them means, what the gauge means, and also wanted to show you a little bit about the automatic injector for those syringes that are nice, and also the insulin pens, because I think they're very convenient. And hey, look at my cat over here. It's like licking its paw. Pretty cool. But anyways, hey, that's me. That's Bill. One happy diabetic. I'll see you guys soon.